AITA for laughing at my parents' misery. Somebody suggested I share my story here and not feel guilty. I as a child was always neglected by my parents for my brilliant sister. I guess I was the accidental baby or the unwanted one. My sister was the diamond child. If people could buy stars, my parents would have bought her that too. As for me, I was her recycle bin. And she was horrible to me. My parents never bought me any new clothes. I had to wear her tomboyish grunge clothes, which I hated. Whenever my sister wanted something, my parents would turn to Jeannie. But if I asked something, then Lord have mercy. So I had to pick up some small work like walking a dog, cleaning the backyards of my neighbors so that I could buy some clothes of my choice. She was a pick-me girl, so she never made a genuine connection or had any friends. So no one invited her to a sleep gathering, but fortunately, I made some really good friends and they knew about my situation. My parents would try to force me to take her with me whenever I was invited to any gathering. And there also she would always try to hit on my friends' brothers. For the sake of my friendship, I stopped going on these sleepovers. As much as I hated her, God seemed to favor her because she was very talented in her studies. I was average. I was not the failed type but not the topper type, whereas my sister was a 4 GPA type of student. Every holiday my parents would take my sister on vacation but would exclude me. The last straw was when my sister kissed my boyfriend and my parents took her side and let them date. So even after these, when my family had some financial problems, they thought it would be great to have me sacrifice my old private school and enroll me in public. But no, their diamond daughter would stay at the private school. I was never given any allowance, but my sister was given per month $2,000. They gave her a Mac for Christmas and I got a glitter pen. Of course, I didn't have any college funds at all. And I wanted to move out as soon as possible. So as the stupid and rebellious I was, I got a sugar daddy. I don't regret it because I wanted someone to care for me and fund me. It was a mutual thing and he was not married or anything, he was just old and I was 18, that's it. So fast forward, I cut family off. They never tried to reach out to me. I heard my sister got married from my friend, and yes, I wasn't invited. After mooching off my sugar daddy, we started dating and I stopped spending his money after I got a job. And we are planning to tie the knot, yeah. So, story. I got a random call in the morning and surprisingly the bounce matched my ugly witch sister. I wanted to cut off the call, but I wanted to hear what she had to say now. First, she started talking about her family, which didn't interest me at all. Then she went to straight business and asked me for money and told me how my ex-family was suffering. They invested in this business and they got a huge loss. I laughed and asked her, does she think I would help her after 9 years of no contact? I do not even care if she dies or lives on the streets. That's not my problem. After that, I hung up the call. After an hour, my phone starts to be bombarded by unknown messages from my parents and their relatives calling me ungrateful and an a-hole. Honestly, I may be an a-hole, but I didn't understand the ungrateful part. They are now demanding I help them as they are now practically on the streets and my father has a failed kidney, so as a daughter I should help him. Don't get me wrong, I am not that heartless, but after 9 years of them ignoring my existence, they demand me money instead of asking me about myself. They don't even know if I have the money or not, but they just straight up demand it. I am going to meet them this coming Sunday, but I have no interest in helping anyone. I am happy about their misery and I am going to meet them so that I can see the look of misery on their faces. I'm sorry for any spelling mistakes as I'm writing. Suddenly I'm having a rage moment because I remember all the horrible things from the past.